Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Ultima 7 Part 2, the Serpent Isle. If you've been around, thank you for watching. If you're new here, why don't you hit that subscribe button. We are here in Moonshade, wandering around. Last episode we got talked to by a lady through a scroll who asked us to teach her how to bring demons in, and we told her no. And now we're kind of wandering around just talking to people in the town. If I remember, we are here because we're trying to find out, number one, there was some parrot that we need to figure out how to fix. And number two, we are looking for Angus's brother, as well as hopefully to get a spell book. Kind of our goals here. There might be a little delay between this episode and some others. I have got some other projects that have come up that I need to get taken care of, and it's cutting into my recording time. Basically just some hobby stuff I need to get done, as well as some life stuff. Especially I'm trying to get my Space Marines painted up. Here, let me see if I can pop in a picture here. There we go. I'm trying to get my Space Marines all painted up. There's some Ultramarines. We're trying to get those all painted up and ready to go. And so that's just taking a lot of time to get done. So we are, though, going to ignore real life and jump back into the beauty that is Ultima 7 Part 2. So let's get checking out the rest of this town of Moonshade. I'm just getting my map up for myself here in case I need it. You know how that works, folks. All right. Well, last time... Whoa, that's not how that works. Last time, we checked out an area that was kind of... we checked out here. There was a guy in charge of Moonshade. This was a place that said we had to go get some special mandrakes from an island to the north. We tried to go up there. We went up here thinking maybe there was a ferry or something, but we couldn't cross to get to Monk Island. So we're back here in town. In here was an inn, and nobody would talk to us because we're not a mage. This was a place with a robot and nobody talked to. Here was a place that we couldn't get into. It was all locked, and we couldn't get into this area. Over here, what's up here? That looks like a fancy building. There was this little guy down here who wanted to trade us for some stockings, but because we weren't a mage, we couldn't learn anything, so we have to go back to him once we're a mage. This was like a regular dude's like workshop, and he was nice to us because he was a regular man. And now we're right here. So let us continue our adventures about the world, shall we? Is this a thing we can cross? Is there somebody over here for us to talk to? Let's take a look. Cute bird. Nice. What do we got? What do we have? We have an automaton. Are you just like a potion? Can you, do I have to walk around this counter? I am the servant and protector of Pothos. If thou dost not belong here, Lord, I must ask thee to please depart. I cannot help thee with matters of importance. My duty is to protect my master's possessions. Okay. So we don't want to steal anything from here with that guy watching. He's followed us down into this room, of course. Oh, looks like there is a locked door. What is that? That's a glass sword. What else is here? A sword of defense, magic leggings, magic boots. We already have a magic axe. We don't have a key that will open this, do we? No. If we were to... Well, we haven't done anything. We can just reload back out here. Can we pick this lock? Alright, so that lock is not pickable. We got some armor. We got some money. In the desk, is there a key? No, there's just a potion. So nothing here that we can take easily. I really wanted that room of goods back. How did I... Oh no, I fell behind the stairs. Okay, we're okay. We're okay, team. We made it out. We all made it out alive. All right, so that's a pretty cool house, and that has quite a few goodies in it, I would say. Whoa, man, I'm having that problem where sometimes it doesn't let you walk the way where you're stuck on weird geometry. There we go. We're free! All right, I'm just pulling my map up. So there's a little, like, sundial here. And then this... Why do you keep saying cute bird? Are you trying to clue me into something, game, that I'm just not smart enough? We have a locked door. Okay, can't do anything with that. So it looks like we've got some places to the left over here. What do we have in here? Let's do a save. Just because you never know. I don't want to save over, like, the one where we left town. So let's save over this. There we go. In case we find out we've come to Moonshade too early. Alright, this looks like some kind of shop full of goods. A provisioner. All kinds of stuff. That's an automaton. Let's talk to the actual person. Hello. What a pleasure to meet thee. My name is Buccia, and I tend this provision shop. Is there anything I can help thee with? Exchange. Oh, exchange coins. Okay, so she's our exchange person. What provisions? She is stocked with all kind of useful stuff. The prices are higher these days now that the ships no longer sail. What dost thou require, my lord? All the kind of normal stuff that we could buy. Thou art correct. These prices are entirely too high. How about some information? I'm not certain that I know anything useful, but in what art thou interested in? People. It would be wrong for me to speak about people behind their backs. So please do not tell anyone. Dost thou desire to know about townsfolk or visitors? Townsfolk. Have interest in mere mundanes or mages? Mundanes. Those of us who do not cast magic are a small and disrespected part of society here. Whom dost thou wish to know about? The artisans. Duccio is the master artisan, capable of forging and repairing all manner of magical apparatus. He hath grown lazy with prosperity, however. His apprentice doth do most of the hard labor, while the master wets his throat at the inn. Poor Topo. Someday he'll be the master artisan, but for now he must labor long hours. The Rangers. They are the pride of our city. The chief ranger, Julia, hath no mercy for troublemakers. But if thou dost ask me, she's too gruff. I think she'd like to give everyone orders if she could. By the way, be sure to give thy greetings to Ranger Ernesto. He's a winsome lot. Rocco and Petra? I can say nothing about Goodman Rocco in his inn. He is a gentleman. Now, some enjoy talking about him and that female automaton living under the same roof, but not I. Petra is a fine girl, even if she's merely a magical construct. Mosh the beggar. Beware of Mosh. Those rats of hers are filled with disease. Do not listen to her accusations about the sorceress Columna. All imaginings, not true. I must be getting back to work now, but it hath been nice talking with thee. If thou were to be at the Blue Boar Inn at 10 tonight, I would discuss these things further with thee. Oh, okay. So, let me get my notes up here. I didn't have those prepped. We can meet the lady at 10 p.m. at the inn. So, she will talk to us more than other people. Well, that's handy because she's a mundane. So, but I don't really see anything in here. Ooh, is that some sleeping powder? I think I want to get that. And what's in here? Just a bag. We do have a book, however. The Provisioner's Guide to Useful Equipment. While most suppliers will rave about the effectiveness of a good sword or specially fitted armor, I personally feel that proper exploring gear is much more necessary. Consider this, dear reader. While thou mightst happen to encounter a wild bear in thy travels, or even less likely a troll, thou art doubtless going to be in need of a much more mundane equipment. Wilt thou possibly be outside city walls when darkness comes? Then buy a torch. And how wilt thou carry thy provisions? A backpack will prove necessary. And what about a container for thy refreshment? Purchase a jug or bucket. As for... Well, that's handy. What about... Okay. I'm going. I'm getting out. I didn't mean to play it. This little puppy is following us around. Here we have... What is this? Menu. Okay, there's Hawk. There's our friends Kane and Philbiccio. So this is the inn. Who are you? You we have not talked to. Hello. Oh, stuck on his bar. Is this the owner? Welcome to the Blue Boar Inn. I am the innkeeper. My name is Rocco. 'Tis good to have more visitors again. We had despaired, what with the storms and all. The Blue Boar. Interesting name, is it not? That sounds just like the one in Britannia. Anything is possible, I suppose. I inherited this inn from my parents, and they from theirs. 'Tis an old name, perhaps from the time of the crossing. Visitors. Of course, there's not much business now, due to the terrible storms, but in better times our rooms are always full. Wert thou interested in anyone in particular? Batlin. Such a one did come through here, perhaps 2 months ago. 'Twas 3 months ago, Rocco. Who's this lady? Yes, she's right. It was 3 months ago. Wait, was that Petra lady? There was some sort of scandal, as I recall. It was said that this Batlin stole an ancient artifact of some kind. He fled by ship. Perhaps Captain Auk could tell thee more. The scholar Gweno. Thou dost know her? She and I are the closest of friends. She stayed here for many weeks. Just how well dost thou know Gweno? I swear I'm innocent. We were only friends, my lord. Where did she go? When she had studied all the materials which were available here, she determined to go to the Isle of Monks to read the scrolls kept there. Ah, why was she here? The good lady said it was her task to study all the cultures and beliefs there were in the Serpent Isle. She was planning to write a report, and she said that her discoveries would startle her countrymen. How long ago? Hath been a long time since we last saw Gweno. Many months. 8 months, dear Rocco. The Isle of Monks. The Zenkan monks live north of here on a forested island. They tend to keep to themselves, studying the prophecies of long-dead mystics, but thou canst not go there. If there is no sailor crazy enough to make the journey, the magical storms have destroyed every boat on this coast, save Hawk's, and he won't sail. Okay. Nothing more. Crossing. It hath been a long time since I heard the tale in full. Let me see if I remember it at all. For the most part, it had something to do with an usurper king and the mages. But for my folk, it was simply for money, I think. Usurper king? Back in the old lands, a domineering man named Bratish or Brutish or some such usurped the throne. His rule was hard and unjust, so many people fled across the seas to this land. Sounds like he's talking about Lord British. The mages. As well as I can remember, most of the people that fled from the usurper were mages. I don't think that any of them are still alive, but thou canst never tell. Perhaps the mad mage is that old. Who knows? Certainly not the current mage lord. Money? Aye, plain money. The folks that came over were lesser sons and daughters who could never hope to inherit anything. They came hoping to start their own businesses, like the Blue Boar. 'Twas named in honor of my great-great-grandsire's inn. Old lands. Let me think a moment. I am terrible at names like this. I have it. The old lands were known as Caesarea. This land. Well, when the people arrived here, they thought to name the land after their old home. One moment. New Caesarea. But then they found the ruins scattered here and there. And with all those snakes pictured on them, so most folks called it the Serpent Isle, though some still refer to it by its proper name, New Caesarea. The Mad Mage. The Mad Mage is a crazy old man that lives on an island not far from here. Thinks he can create life. From what I hear, he once lived here in Moonshade. Was a teacher or something. We already know the Mad Mage is Erstrom. We've already discovered this fact. Till he went mad. Mage Lord. Philbiccio is the most recent Mage Lord, my lord. He is a man of curious passions. not what thou wouldst expect of most mages. The ruins. Well, the ruins are on the mainland, anyway. I saw the ones around Monitor when I was just a lad. There's nothing special about them, merely piles of old stones from settlers way before the New Caesarians. Snakes. Either this place had far more snakes than these people lived here, or they worshipped them, or something. There are snakes carved all over those ruins. I don't even think that the mages know what they mean. Passions. I'll simply say that I am mighty glad that my Petra is metal. That alone may keep her safe from his wandering eye. Well, goodbye. So Petra. Pardon, my lord. I bring thee greetings from my mistress, the sorceress Rhodolantia. This scroll is from her. Rhodolantia. My mistress commands many powerful and strange lands and sits upon the council of mages. She is terrible to her enemies, but tolerant of those who aid her. Servant. The mages of Moonshade are quite powerful, and have found the way to acquire servants such as myself. My mistress says that automatons are more trustworthy, as we can neither be corrupt nor tortured. Scroll. It is not an ordinary scroll, but one of the magical variety. I assure you it is entirely free of harmful magic. Goodbye. Alright, so we got a scroll. Let's get the rest of the town done before we walk around. Aha! This guy's just a regular servitor. I want to talk to this lady one. Where are you going, lady one? Come here. This is the Blue Boar Inn, and I am the barmaid. My name is Petra. The Blue Boar Inn. The finest eating and drinking establishment in all Moonshade, run by the finest man in all Moonshade. What madness art thou saying, Petra? It is not madness, Rocco. I am proud of thee. Rocco the innkeeper. A finer man thou shalt not find. Barmaid. I serve Rocco in whatever function I can. Barmaid, cook, whatever needs be done. I have performed every job thou canst imagine here at the inn. Everything from painting the ceiling to keeping Mosh from stealing our fish. Can I bring thee something? No. Well, tell me about Rocco. Thou mayest find Rocco a bit gruff, but he doth have a good heart. After all, he alone has stood between Tarisio and me, at great peril to himself, I might add. Tarisio. Thou canst not have failed to notice that I am an automaton. Tarisio is my maker. Curse his black heart. Yes, that was the guy down south that we went to talk to, and he was happy he didn't have to teach us a spell. Tarisio is a man who feeds off the misery of others. He created me with the sole intent of having a captive to torment for the rest of his life. But I escaped, and Rocco took me in. Ooh, automaton. I'm a magical construct, an animated body of metal. Yet I can think, I can reason, and I believe I can care for others. Whether this means that I have a soul locked away within the confines of mine hollow body, I do not know. All I do know is that I am much more complex than the automatons Tarisio normally makes for the other mages. Soul. If thou dost love, if thou hast compassion for others, if thou dost feel the injustice of the world, art thou not said to possess a soul? If I have all these things, can I not say that I too have a soul? In this I am unique, for none of the other automatons claim to feel emotions as I do, but I do not know why I should be different. Other mages. Most mages do not wish to be distracted by the presence of other living beings. Therefore they come to Tarisio to provide them with servants and guards of undemanding metal. However, the magic did not originate with Tarisio. He is merely the latest master of the ancient spells, which he did find in certain buried ruins. It is said that automatons served those who dwelt this land anciently. So would that mean that this was part of, like, this would be the land of order, right? Yeah, we already know this because we've been to the keep, to Death Keep. So the land of order, they used to make automatons, and they were using those in the war against chaos. It's all coming together. Even with all this magic, Tarisio cannot construct new automatons. He can merely reanimate those broken automatons which are discovered in the ruins. What better servants to have? Automatons can exist for centuries without any maintenance at all. They ask nothing, they expect nothing, they do what task is assigned to them until their magic at last fails, and then they simply stop. Peril. Oh, my lord, thou canst not know what danger there is in thwarting the will of a mage. Rocco could be killed easily, and spells are untraceable. Or he could be spirited away to hideous torture. No one would be the wiser. So I look after him as best I can, even as he doth care for me. It also helps that everyone believes the tale we have spread. What tale? Rocco hath led everyone to believe that he and Tarisio reached an agreement to have me work here to advertise Tarisio's skill. In truth, my cooking ability doth do Tarisio no small credit, and I dare say that it wins him many customers as well. But he is still a willful, vicious man who doth not take it kindly when he feels cheated, and I fear his vengeance for both myself and Rocco. Change the subject. Tell us about Mosh. They call her the Rat Woman, which is not a very kind description, but is a reasonably true one. I am sorry to say there are others in town who can tell thee about her. She doth like fish. I will say that one thing for her. Goodbye. Alright, so we have the automaton lady here. We've already talked to Hawk and them before. Let's keep wandering around. I want to get the rest of this, and then we'll read that scroll and talk to that lady again. What's down here? It looks like we have a... okay, that was the provisioner shop. Over here, I'm just kind of looking at the map. There's a set of ruins. If I look at the map, there's a set of ruins to the north. There is another set of ruins. There's a bunch of ruins all over the place here. I think, yeah, let's check out this other building over here. Ooh, come and see the wine press. I'm down for that. What's up? Why are these are some fancy dressed people. How may I help thee? It's a ranger. I must help thee in any way that I can. Tell me about a ranger. A ranger is much like any other city guard, my lord. It is our job to catch thieves and stop fights. Nothing very exciting. Until one of the mages manages to destroy a section of town with his experiments. Then things become lively. What mage? Moonshade is a city of mages, my lord. Mages are very powerful. Many of them can do things that make my skin crawl. And oftentimes their experiments escape, and then the rangers must step in and take control. But 'tis my job, cleaning after the mages. What becomes lively? Oh yes, it might be as simple as putting out a fire and rebuilding a section or two of wall after, but sometimes it's far more dangerous. Like a dragon, or one of Rotonko's demons, or some such. Never know from one day to the next what thou wilt have to face. Things? I pretend I do not see half of what the mages can do, my lord. I find 'tis easier to keep my sanity that way. Some men summon fire or ice. Others can summon storms or demons. And none of it I want to know about, to tell the truth. Escape. Either the mage tries a spell that is too advanced for him, or he simply loses concentration. I do not know. All I know is that suddenly we have people running through the streets trying to escape whatever the mage was attempting to conjure. And 'tis no mean feat for us poor rangers to overcome something that overpowered a mage, I can tell thee. Strange wine. It looks to be wine from our press, my lord, but thou shouldst ask my commander to be sure. Okay, who's the commander? Julie is our commander, my lord. She's a stern woman, but worthy of thy respect. There are those that consider her a handsome woman when her mouth is closed, if thou knowest what I mean. Goodbye. Alright, so I'm going to guess that's this lady over here, right? Because these rest are just rangers. I'm going to guess it's the lady one. In what way can I help thee, stranger? What's your name? What business is it of thine? Who art thou coming into my city and asking questions? If thou must know, I am Julia, chief of rangers. If thou dost make trouble in Moonshade, I will see that thou art sent to the dungeons. Rangers. We are the guardians of Moonshade. The city of mages hath always been guarded by rangers. The tradition doth date to the ancient city of Moon, from whence our ancestors came. Moonshade. Aye, the city of mages. There is much magic here, and more than a little sorcery. The name is symbolic. Moon represents the powers beyond those of mere mortals, just as the moon is suspended over the world. As for the shade, it stands for shelter against the cruel light of honesty. We believe in truth here, but only within reason. The dungeons. Beware how thou dost step. The Mage Lord is apt to send any transgressor into the pits beneath the mountains of freedom. None have returned from the dark abyss. Oh, this is getting a lot. The moon. Guardians. Dost thou think the mighty mages deal with every thief or common brawler? Certainly not. That is what the rangers are for, to stop common annoyances from bothering the mages in their work. And if thou art not a mage, thou dost qualify as a common annoyance. Moon. Thou art dredging up ancient history. In days long gone, there was a peaceful land called Caesarea. It was a land of many kingdoms and cultures, a paradise of individuality. But times changed when a tyrant named British overthrew the kingdoms and declared himself king. She doth refer to Lord British. Hush, Dupre. But she doth slander our liege. Have you not learned anything, Dupre, from what happened in Fawn? Let's not go down that road again. The demon British enforced a radical scheme of philosophy upon his subjects, forcing them to exile if they would not submit. The mages and rangers were bound by the travesty known as the Oath of Honesty. But what is improper about honesty? Nothing is more cruel than unflinching honesty. It does shatter hearts, instill insecurity, and promote civil strife. Therefore, our ancestors fled the city of Moon in the land of British conquered and sailed until they found this land. Magic. Mages use reagents and such, like to cast magic. The good or ill of it comes from the caster's intent. Magic, in and of itself, is neither good nor evil, but sorcery is another matter altogether. Sorcery. Sorcery is outlawed here in Moonshade, but that does not mean that some mages do not still practice its dark arts. Whereas magic is neither good nor evil, sorcery, with its use of bloodspawn, hath no good intent at all, and the very possession of Stoneheart would have thee thrown in the deepest corners of the dungeon. The Mage Lord. Our city is ruled by the Mage Lord, Filbertio. He is benevolent and wise and rules well. However, he doth not receive visitors, so do not dream of entering his palace. Transgressor. If thou art a mage, thou must follow the strictures. If thou art a mundane, thou must not overly annoy a mage. That much is simple logic. But as long as Filbertio is the Mage Lord, thou wouldst do well to remember it is unhealthy to cross any of Filbertio's whims. Freedom. Ha! Now there's a fine jest if ever I heard one. All that was ever retrieved out of those mountains was the ore that was taken out while it was still a mine. Ever since Filbertio made it a prison, no one hath come out of there again. Reagents. Why ask me about them? I'm a ranger, not a mage. If thou dost wish such information, seek out Pothos. Do not trouble me to teach thee the rudiments of magic. I am no teacher. Thou shouldst see Fedabiblio with thine annoying questions. Now, the rangers, though, aren't the rangers from you? Not from Moon? I was pretty sure the rangers were from you. Bloodspawn. Thou dost know of Bloodspawn? Thou dost not know of Bloodspawn. Important qualifier in that sentence. Good. The less that thou knowest, the less trouble that thou canst cause. I will say only the spells of great destruction require that vile compound. I will tell thee no more. Stoneheart. Thou art certainly ignorant. Thou art rude. Thanks, Shimino. My, thou art touchy. I meant no offense, only that thou didst not know things that are common knowledge here. Stoneheart is the ore that produces Bloodspawn. I know not how this is done. I am not a mage. And I would advise thee to use great caution about who thou dost ask, lest thou dost find themselves thrown in the dungeon. Strictures. 'Tis not my job to know them. 'Tis for the council of mages to enforce. In short, thou canst not possess Bloodspawn unless the council approves of it, and thou shouldst report any research that thou does wish to do to the council as well. Pothos. Pothos is the apothecary here in Moonshade. He'll be able to tell thee all about anything thou wouldst need to cast magic. I hear the storms have cut badly into his supplies, but he should be able to help thee, or at least he may have more time to deal with thee. I am a very busy woman. Fedablio. Fedabiblio is the master of novices here in Moonshade. It is his lamentable duty to try and make those miscreants into mages. If he doth not have time for thee, perhaps he could allow thee to satisfy that curiosity in the library of magics. Approves. Thou art as full of questions as a novice. No spell is either ever purposefully forgotten, but if it is dangerous, the council tries to regulate who doth have access to such reagents and spells. Council. The council is comprised of the Mage Lord and 2 other adepts. They act as the voice of all the mages in Moonshade, except when a quorum vote is called of all adepts, usually on the election of a new council member or a new Mage Lord. Strange wine. Thou hast wine from our winery. I hope thou dost enjoy it. It is the same vintage as the wine that disappeared. Hast thou seen our wine press? We are very proud of it. Wine press? The finest wine press in all the land, for it operates by no human hand. 'Tis a magic wine press, my lord, made by the one and only Mad Mage, before he began his weird experiments, that is. Mad Mage. Thou hast not heard of the Mad Mage? His true name is Erstrom. He lives on a small island away from Moonshade. He was once the Adept's mentor, before he went mad. What experiments. Makes me ill to think about them. The Mad Mage thinks that he can learn to create life. Or life from death, I should say. They say that he hacks his assistants to use in his experiments, and that he doth have all sorts of hideous things wandering around the island. Failed experiments that he turns out his door. Wine. We make the finest wine that thou wilt find anywhere. Wouldst thou care to try some? Sure. Good. Wouldst thou care to try, my lord? Wine, ice. Let's try the ice wine. The ice wine is special indeed. I will not tell thee the secret of how it is made, but be assured that it is most flavorful. Charge 25 guilders. Dost thou agree? No. We have some. Wouldst thou care for more? No. Goodbye. Okay. So, the Rangers make wine here in this little place. This guy is having himself a meal. We got some carrots and some cheeses. We're good on food for now. Let's not steal from the Rangers. What do we have up here? Looks like we have a barracks. Anything we should care about in these? No, just an extra cloak. Some regular bows. Bottles of wine. So, where did this ice wine come from then, if it was missing? Was it like in this room? Is this going to set off alarm bells if we do this? Nope. No negative consequences to that. Try our wine. Did I just solve my own mystery here? What have I solved here? We got a chest with just a regular kind of equipment in it. Nothing too fancy. What is this? That's a wall. Okay. A magic scroll of enchant missiles. Well, let's grab that, please. Do not use that scroll accidentally. Let's grab this scroll of enchant missile. Again, this is just an outfit. But this looks like a staircase over here. Is this a staircase? It is. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What's that? So, there was an episode where I couldn't figure out, like, I didn't see a button. Aha! What is that? There was an episode where somebody said, come on, Grug, don't you see this button on the wall? I see a button here. I literally see a button on this wall. Do you not see that button? But I can't activate it. What's this behind the wall? Some stairs. Huh. I can see this button. Why can't I click on this button? Why is this button not usable? I don't know. I feel like I should be able to open that. Also, we're missing somebody. Who didn't make it up the stairs? Who needs babysit today? All right. Let's see. So down here we have back behind the winery. Anything going on back here? Not really. Just all the grapes, the vineyards. There's no like hollow trees or anything that we can see. Okay. Well, that's fine. Well, let's go ahead and let's do a save, and then we'll read this scroll. All right, time to use this scroll again. Let's talk to that lady. Greetings, stranger from another land. I am speaking to thee by means of this magic scroll. There is no need to be afraid. Afraid? Why, the Avatar is not afraid of magic. But all barbarians fear sorcery. Be quiet, you pray. That which can hear thee through the scroll. Who said that? Death draws near for those who taunt Radaluka, the Red Witch. Council. So my servant told thee I sit on the Council of Mages. Perhaps I should dismantle him to adjust a loose tongue. Didn't we already have this conversation with her? Indeed, I am one of the three who rule this city, along with Gustaccio the Decrepit, and that weak-willed profligate Filbercio. Magic. I am the most powerful wizard in this city, and I could teach thee many things, if thou wert not a mere mundane. The Avatar is not a mundane. What is that they say? Thou dost speak overly much, Shimino. Thou art not a mage, or I would have detected thy power by now. Perhaps thou dost shield thine abilities from mine senses. Most interesting. This dialogue feels exactly the same as dialogue we've had before. I'm not afraid. Thou dost surprise me. Most mundanes are frightened by the very idea of sorcery. Mundanes. Indeed, thou art from a distant land, if thou dost not know such a common term. The world is divided into two sorts of men, those who can handle magic and more ordinary folk. Common folk, such as thee and thy companions, are known as the mundane. Goodbye. Not so fast. I just know I met with thine ally, the fat and loathsome sage called Batlin. He traveled with a demon named Palos. Where did Batlin obtain such power? If I had this power, I could rule Serpent Isle. Reveal me the secret of controlling demon folk, and I shall reward thee with power beyond thy comprehension. No. No, I not know. I shall contact thee again, when perhaps thou shalt be more receptive to mine offers. Adieu. Do we have to say yes to her? Like, are we going to have to tell her yes, that we'll tell her about demons? Next, if she does again, we'll tell her yes next time. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking a quick look at the map here. So let's take a look. So there's some ruins here, ruins up to here. Let's go explore like this area and these things and see what we kind of run into real quick, shall we? So let's head over. Ooh. So we'll head up. Okay, one more. Past there, past this red tree. And then where this goes crooked again, we're going to go straight north. So up through here. Just looking at that map is all. So we've got a trashed building. Is there a hole somewhere? Can we get... We can't get in this broken door. It looks like maybe there's a hole. How do you get in here? The combat music is playing, so there's something inside there trying to kill us that we can't see. Oh no, it's behind us. There's a bat. We're being chased by a bat. I didn't even see it. It's not dead, and we can't seem to kill it. I don't see a way into this building. If you can't open these broken doors, you can't walk through oh, you can just walk through a broken door. Well, that was silly. What's in here? Broken dish. Is that someone's head on a wall? There's nothing on his corpse. Oh, there is a big... Oh, this looks on... What is this? Yeah, it's a crucifix, but why? Why is this place covered with rotten bodies? Cute bird. Hello. Are you attacking us? Okay, we are in combat. So we killed a bunch... Wait a minute. Ritual blooding device. Hold on. What have we wandered into here? What is this? What happens if I ritually blood myself? Nothing. Okay. Oh, ow. Oh, I did hurt myself. Did that do anything except for damage? Huh. I'm afraid to pick up something that we might need for like a later quest, but this is obviously where a vampire lives, right? Like I'm not crazy, right? Like this is obviously a vampire's house. Like, let's leave. Oh, but there are all these rats. Oh, wait. If Moss is the rat queen and she has a basement full of rats and a thing that gives you blood and an evil crucifix, is she a vampire? When we meet Moss, are we going to have to call her out as a vampire? Is that what we've encountered here? Oh. There's another building off to the side. Let's check this building out. It's just kind of up this direction. I hope she wasn't that bat that we just beat up that didn't die. That would be awkward. Alright, so there is another building here. And it looks like there's a door here in the front that we can just barely see. Oh, what's in here? We have a harp. A door shield. Is this just a tower? A statue. These are statues of people. Stop saying cute bird. There are like weird dragon things down here that are attacking us. Of course, we can't walk fast now because we're stuck in the slow-mo movement. Yes, get down here so we can fight whatever these are. No prizes on their corpses. I'm afraid to take this, Oh, there's another one over here. I'm afraid to take that harp, again, because we might need it for something later. Well, we know that Moss is a vampire. Let's go find Moss. In fact, why don't we just get back to town? Or back to the road, at least. I just realized that we're going on 45 minutes almost on this little episode here. So, there's the vineyard. Let's take a break here. In next episode, we will wander around. We'll go find this lady who is obviously a vampire and see what's up with that. And continue our adventures in Moonshade. Until then, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Please tell your friends. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And as always, we hope to see you soon.